Parts of our state have a lack of access to resources when it comes to things like healthcare or even diagnostic testing. As our reporter Matthew Krieger found out, dyslexia diagnosing and resources are limited on the Western Slope.
With limited resources on the Western Slope, residents are having to look elsewhere for help.
The Western Slope has a very small handful of providers who can give a dyslexia medical diagnosis, and more rural places like Montrose only have one.
There are less than a handful of providers who are qualified to make medical diagnoses available to families, and while there are a few in the Grand Junction area and one provider in Montrose, families from more rural communities have to travel to those larger cities for testing.
That's where this nonprofit steps in, trying to fill the medical diagnosis gap by providing educational evaluations for people. But when there's not a lot of options in rural areas, the wait list backs up.
This is usually accompanied by several months on a wait list. At one time it was up to 18 months and thousands of dollars of out-of-pocket expenses. Insurance does not generally cover diagnostic testing.
Which also means more money for families who have to travel out of town for medical diagnosis.
There are fewer individuals with a medical diagnosis on the Western Slope for dyslexia because there are greater barriers to getting that diagnosis. It also means that families may have to travel to the Front Range and to the Denver area for additional medical diagnostic testing.
Moran Hawk says this has been an issue for a while. While there isn't an immediate solution to the problem, Moran Hawk is doing what she can to help those with dyslexia through her nonprofit, Dyslexia Foundation of Western Colorado.
Certainly our foundation is one of those resources. We partner with a number of community providers, whether they're medical doctors or educational experts, and to provide resources for that. We've championed early intervention and early screening in schools for the past 10 to 12 years since we began.
Moran Hawk says you can reach out if you have any questions about dyslexia. That information can be found on our website. Reporting in Grand Junction, I'm Matthew Krieger.
You can find more information about the nonprofit on our website and news app.